Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what you should be spending your first 1 million Pokeyen on in PokeMMO. This video is going to be for new players and players who have maybe completed maybe a region or two and have accumulated some wealth and don't know or not sure what to spend it on and what to invest it into to make more money. The goal of this video is going to be to progress your account further and make more and more money in the long term. Everything we will be purchasing today will be kind of an all-around account build. Everyone can use these and everyone can take advantage of what we're going to be purchasing today, whether you're a PvP player, a PVM player, a shiny hunter, etc., etc. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, I'm going to have my trusty calculator on the side over here to help us calculate our total cost so far. So first things first, the most important thing you should purchase to make money back again in PokeMMO is going to be a gym rerun team. And the most important core and expensive part of that is going to be the Typhlosions. You're going to need two of them. They are going to need 31 special attack and 31 speed. You can actually skimp for 30 speed if there are some available on the GTL. The speed is much less important than the special attack, but you're absolutely going to need 31 special attack and a plus special attack nature. You can go modest, mild, or rash. Don't go quiet, that'll hurt your speed too much, but you can go mild or rash, and those are kind of the budget options if there's one available on the GTL. There's not really a better one on the GTL. We're just going to go ahead and check modest. So modest is actually the cheapest one, so that's totally fine. This is the best one, but you can go those budget options if they actually are a budget option that time on the GTL. So we're going to be picking up this. We're going to be picking up both these Typhlosions, so we're going to calc those at 170k a piece. This is obviously based on the time of market at the making of this video. So it should be around this, but it might have changed slightly. So that's our first investment, putting us at 340,000 Pokeyen. Now, the next two pieces of the gym rerun team are going to be a low-level and bad IV Torkoal and a low-level and bad IV Whimsicott/Cottonee. Now, if you don't know about the gym rerun strategy, I will be linking a video guide in the description of this video, and that'll basically go through all of that and run through it. Gym reruns are basically the best money-making method in the game, and you really can only do them once you at least have one region done. You should be able to do them to be worthwhile and decently efficiently, but you have to have at least one region defeated, but it's the best money-making method in the game once you get all regions done. The more regions you have done, the more gyms you have access to, the more money you're going to be making per hour and per day. Alright, back into the price checks and back into the next Pokemon. So we're going to need a Torkoal with Drought. Whatever the cheapest Torkoal with Drought on the GTL is, should be good. So we're going to go ahead and go through. Here we are. This one is 3k. We're going to go ahead and add that to our calculator. And then we're also going to need one more quick item for that Torkoal, so I don't forget. You're actually going to need the Explosion TM, just to add some consistency. You add it to your Pokemon to make sure it can die and let the Typhlosions come in. That's going to cost around 1,500 Pokeyen at the time of recording. Go ahead and add that. So now we're at 344,500. Now let's go back here. We're going to need either a low-level Cottonee or a Whimsicott. If you get a Cottonee, you need it to be low level, which is really important. See, a lot of these are really high level, and you need to either tutor learn it Tailwind, or you can evolve it into Whimsicott. And on level up, Whimsicott will actually learn Tailwind, which is super important. You also needed to have the ability Prankster. So the two most important things here are looking for a Whimsicott with Prankster is the most important thing. Prankster, and then being able to teach it Tailwind. Alright, so the cheapest, lowest level Cottonee on the market right now with Prankster is going to be this level 18 one for 5k. This market definitely will change a lot, and it'll depend a lot on the time of purchase for you. If there's not a consistent economy and you can't find a cheap one, what you can do is buy a female high-level Cottonee and then look for a, what egg group is it in? Look for a plant male Pokemon in the egg group, and with any bad IVs, it doesn't need IVs, you can just straight up rebreed it. So let's say we were to do this. You could buy that Cottonee for, let's say, 4k, and then buy a Shroomish for 2,500 Pokeyen, or any sort of male plant Pokemon, breed it with him, and then the baby will come out level 1, which is really important, and then you can just hope it's Prankster. And if it's not Prankster, don't waste your money on an ability pill, just rebreed it with another male species. So it should be pretty easy. Just rebreed until you get a Prankster one, and then we'll Sunstone it into evolved into a Whimsicott to teach it Tailwind. So now we'll be looking up a Sunstone and adding that to our price check. It's going to be around 3k. Super fair to price check upwards. So we're at 352,500 Pokeyen so far, and that's basically our gym run complete, except we actually do need two more really important items. All right, so the two last important items that we need to finish out our gym run team is going to be choice specs. You really do need these, in my opinion. So the biggest reason you need 31 special attack plus a special attack nature plus choice specs on both of them. There's two Pokemon that you have huge issue KOing, or mostly one. It's Kingdra. Kingdra is going to 4 times resist your eruption, being dragon water type Pokemon. So it's a really bulky Pokemon naturally. Also Dragonite can have issues with. So there's certain dragon Pokemon that you can encounter in Misty's gym, or the dragon type gym Oplucid City gym in Unova. In certain regions, you're going to be encountering certain Pokemon that you literally cannot KO without like a high roll, without choice specs, plus the 31 special attack, plus the special attack nature. All of those numbers are so important to being able to KO Kingdra. It's actually crazy. So both of these are 103k each. We're going to go ahead and add 206k to our price check. So we've already spent over half of our money, but if you have every single region completed, you should be able to make around 220k every single day in only 1 hour of doing gym runs. So you'll make this money back quite literally in 2 days. It is the best money making method in the game, and I can't recommend it enough to new players or experienced players. Alright, now that we've finished our gym rerun team, we're going to need a little more utility and a little more kind of flexibility, which every account should need/want. So, the things that we're looking for next are going to be an HM Friend Dragonite and a catching Pokemon, being either a Smeargle or a Breloom. So for the HM Friend Dragonite, you have two options. You can buy a Dratini for very, very cheap, being around 1400 Pokeyen, and train it up yourself, which will take a lot more time, of course, to level 55 to make it a Dragonite, or you can buy a Dragonite yourself for around 11k. I'm going to go ahead and choose this option just because I want this video to be, I want you to be able to buy everything and just go be able to use it immediately and have it off the get-go. I think it makes things a lot more cleaner instead of including like time-based, because time is money, right? So if we include time into this estimate and just don't calculate it as money, like it's kind of an unfair calculation, right? So that puts us up to 569,000 Pokeyen, and now we have a full gym run team, a catching an HM Friend Dragonite, and now we're going to look for an HM or a catching Smeargle. Alright, and by catching Smeargle, I actually meant Breloom, because I actually heavily prefer Breloom nowadays, and I always recommend a Breloom with Poison Heal. So make sure you check the ability. So I went ahead and searched 20 plus attack IV and 20 plus speed IV, because you want your Breloom to be fast enough and strong enough to be able to hit everything with False Swipe, and hit it down to 1 HP immediately. So we're going to look through the Breloom. This one is timid. If you wonder why I don't look at this one's timid, which is going to hurt the attack by 10%, which will not, it's not good enough. It does not make up for the IV. This one's hasty, which is fine, but it has effect spore, which I don't want. This one's quiet, which hurts itself. Calm, once again, hurts what it's trying to do. Quirky, effect spore, quirky, effect spore. Brave, once again, hurts speed. You have to look for something that is either neutral natured like this. This is probably the best bet we have so far. Yeah, this is probably the best Pokemon we're going to have here. So, was one 11k. We're going to add this 11k Breloom to our price check. We're also going to have to spend a little bit of money to moveset it, of course. As you can see, this thing doesn't have Spore or False Swipe. Just like Dratini as well, you could go ahead and buy a Shroomish instead, but obviously then you have to spend a lot of time leveling it up. Like you could spend 3k for this level 5 Shroomish, or 11k for a level 61 Breloom. Like that's a pretty fair price for this. Like they catch it at this level, so they don't have to actually level it up themselves, so it saves a lot of time. Alright, but now we're not quite done with our Breloom. We need to go ahead and moveset it and fix it up. So what we're going to need on our Breloom is False Swipe and Spore, and you can go substitute if you want, if you're looking to catch Dittos. I recommend that. So we need a TM for False Swipe, as you can see right here, and then we need to scroll down. I believe Spore's down here. We're going to need Mushrooms for Spore, so or Heart Scales. Let's just go with Heart Scales, because that'll actually be simpler, because everyone will have access to that, where you only have access to the Mushroom Relearner if you're in Kanto. So let's go ahead and check what the False Swipe TM is going to cost us. Let's go ahead and check the items. Go to False Swipe, sort by lowest. You can actually go buy this at 10k at a mall. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark this as 10k and ignore the extra 500. People will upcharge TMs on the GTL all the time, try to make an extra buck. Alright, and to relearn Spore, usually relearning moves cost around 2 to 4 big mushrooms. Spore is a pretty important move. I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's 4 big mushrooms, but I'm honestly not quite sure. But you can always have some extra mushrooms on you. It's not going to hurt. You might as well go ahead and stock up on those a little bit now. So those are going to be around 3k each. We're going to go ahead and add 12k because 3 times 4 is 12. It's going to put us at a little over 600k now. So we're at 602,500 Pokeyen, and we have a full gym rerun team with double choice specs, an HM friend Dragonite, and a catching Breloom. But we do actually need one more item for our catching Breloom, as we made sure it had Poison Heal as the ability, giving it Toxic Orb is a really important item, which is going to give it seriously good sustain long term when catching Pokemon. Now, Toxic Orb can be a bit pricey, and not everyone really needs Toxic Orb. Toxic Orb especially comes into play when you're catching Dittos and using Substitute and taking a lot of damage. Or maybe you're doing a long-term catch event and you're catching Pokemon for an hour straight and your Breloom might be in risk of dying. Getting Toxic Orb is definitely worth it over Leftovers because it saves a lot of time. But if you want to go with the budget option, you can go Leftovers, but you're actually going to lose out on a lot of time. So once again, I really recommend Toxic Orb. It's definitely worth the investment and it feels really good to use. So we're going to go ahead and mark that up 75k. For the Toxic Orb, putting us at 677,500 Pokeyen. So far, we have a full gym rerun team, double choice specs, Dragonite HM friend, and a catching Breloom, all fully decked out. Alright, now the last thing that I'm going to recommend purchasing that I think is going to help all levels of play is actually going to be the Teleport Ocarina. This item is so insanely useful, whether you're EV training for PvP, just XP training for storyline and general play, or shiny hunting. It's going to be so helpful, and it's actually going to save you so much time in the long run. For those that don't know, Teleport Ocarina will actually teleport you directly in front of the Nurse Joy inside of a PC, and you can just spam your A key or A button or whatever you're using for that and instantly heal. And it's actually like 3 to 4 seconds faster than flying to the city, or maybe even more, like 5 seconds faster. So you have to click when you're flying. So it's probably around 5 seconds faster on average, which is going to save you a ton of time when you're going back and forth to the PC so very often. Now, you also might be asking yourself, hey, Petrowski, like the Teleport Ocarina is clearly like 700k right now. We've already spent 677,000 Pokeyen. How is that possible? Right now, unfortunately, during the recording of this video, Teleport Ocarina is extremely overpriced, as is RP in general. So Teleport Ocarina is an item that is bought with RP within the gift shop. So I can go ahead and show you guys this here. So normally it would cost you around 200 RP, which is equal to $2 IRL, or usually around 100 RP usually goes for around 250 to 225k. You can pretty normally easily buy Teleport Ocarinas for 450k. 450k is a super fair price for these, so I would just wait for them to go back down to that price. Right now they're very expensive because of the Lunar New Year event coming up, and RP is used to buy shiny charms, so people have heavily invested in that to dump into shiny charms. So once again, I just heavily recommend getting the Teleport Ocarina. It should help any style of play, but make sure you get it at a fair price. 450k will honestly slightly put us over 1 million Pokeyen. I definitely missed the price check a little bit on this, but you guys get the gist of it. You don't need to have exactly 1 million Pokeyen to be doing this video, or anything of the sort. This is just kind of a guide for people who have gathered some money, gathered some capital, and want to know how to kick off and start their PokeMMO career. So I think this video should help you guys do that, and it should be a good way to explain. Apologies, I didn't stick exactly to my 1 million budget. If you don't want to go over budget, you don't want to grab the Teleport Ocarina, my next recommendation would be going to Rustboro City, Veilstone Department Store, or one of the shopping malls and picking up as many repeat balls and Pokeballs as possible. Repeat balls and Pokeballs are the two most Pokeballs that I use and most players use throughout their PokeMMO experience, and catching Pokemon is always going to be one of the best money-making methods in the game, and it's very, very consistent. You can also do it for catch events, etc., etc. Pokeballs are super, super important. You also never want to miss out on a shiny Pokemon, so stocking up on Pokeballs and repeat balls can be absolutely crucial to your PokeMMO experience. But that basically covers everything I wanted to cover today. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more PokeMMO content. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments below why, but please be polite about it. That's all I ask. But I do appreciate genuine feedback when it's presented nicely. Other than that, check out all the playlist links below for more PokeMMO content. Check out the Discord link to join an incredible community and learn about the game at a rapid pace. And then finally, if you feel as though I've deserved it and you want to go above and beyond and support me, becoming a YouTube member is a great way to do so. And thank you, and a huge shout out to all of my current YouTube members. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good one, and best of luck in your PokeMMO journeys.